What's going on, people? What's happening, you lot, man? Welcome to United View. 4 o'clock transfer news update. A little bit later than 4 o'clock, but a lot to get our teeth into today, man. A lot. I've got updates on Paul Pogba with Fabrizio Romano. Obviously, the podcast has just come out as well. He had some interesting things to say about Paul Pogba. Varane, we're going to touch on as well. The latest on that from Fabrizio Romano and The Athletic. Also, Jadon Sancho from Fjortoff as well. The Sancho thing, again, like I said yesterday, I suppose it's one of them things where I'm really trying not to that's why that's not kind of the headline of the show. I don't really want to keep going on about it, but it's like it's out there and it's progressing each day. But that's a more as you were thing with Fjortoff. We'll talk a little bit about that. A little bit about Donny van der Beek as well. Potentially Manchester United open to letting him out on loan, which I think is very telling. If that's going to happen, we'll talk about that. And obviously Axel Tuanzebe as well, potentially going out on loan, or almost certainly going out on loan as well. So big up to everyone. I hope you guys are having a decent day as well. Hope you had your lunch at work. You're doing well. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. It's sunny outside. Hope you lot are all good and peaceful. Let's get into it, man. Before we start, though, smash a like on the video. You lot know what to do. Subscribe on our way to 40k. I think we're about 37 now, which is amazing. Like 11,000 subs in less than a week. About a few days. Do you know what I mean? Which is crazy. So love to all you guys. Make sure you guys hit the bell notification bottom right hand corner so you guys can get the notifications of when we're going live. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming up for you guys as well. I'm really excited about that. But again, not letting off too much. You got to wait and see. A lot of people think that I'm just going to be here in a white wall just talking about transfers all day. Not going to happen. Anyway, Fabrizio Romano, Paul Pogba. Now, this is interesting for me because this is where we're at with it. But what he says is that Man United are currently not negotiating with any club for Paul Pogba, despite the rumours United won't sell him for 50 million. That's the kind of price tag that was being touted for him now, with the fact that he's only got a year left on his contract. 50 million euros at that. Even with a year left on his contract, that's low. That's low. But it's indicative of the situation that we put ourselves into by leaving it this late. Do you know what I'm saying? The fact that the price could even be rumoured to be that low, which I'm glad to hear. Fabrizio Romano, he's close to a lot of these deals, so he is the Mr. Here we go. He is almost the god of transfers. That's what he is. I'm not saying that everything he says happens, but he never really reports on things or says things that he's not close to or that he doesn't believe to be true, which is always a positive sign. The new contract negotiations with Pogba are not advanced yet, but Man United will try to keep him this summer. So look, it's not saying that we're deep into the negotiations. That's for sure. We're not. But what we are looking at is Manchester United opening up the conversation, more so after the Euros, by opening up the conversation of wanting to keep Paul Pogba, because that's very interesting. That's why I said, in my opinion, we either have to keep him or sell him. And if we do keep him, he has to sign. He has to sign, in my opinion. I don't think it's good for us to be going into a position where Paul Pogba can speak to clubs in January when he's in the last 6 months of his contract and can agree a move to Juventus for free, or whoever, Real Madrid in this instance for free. Juventus aren't really being spoken about. And it links in with what Romano is saying about Varane, which I'll get to after this, but he's basically saying that it would take something mega for Varane to stay at Real Madrid. But that kind of swap deal isn't happening because Manchester United are trying to keep Paul Pogba and convince him to stay. And like I'm happy to hear, it's early stages, yes, and it's not deep into the negotiation stages yet, trying to keep Paul Pogba, you know, by re-signing him, not just keep him for another year and let it run down, actually try to sign him. And redo that deal. Even if he's only going to stay another year, it still makes business sense for Man United, in my opinion, to re-sign Paul Pogba. We want to protect our asset, like for the money, because for the sell-on clause. One thing about the Glazers, which we're not going to forget, and this is the thing about what everything's going on. It's like everyone seems to have forgot. I say everyone seems to forget, but some people can forget like what the club is underneath the Glazers. Like we're all working on this Sancho thing and we're all trying to keep up to date with it, and we probably will still sign Sancho. I don't think that's going to change. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Romano had some updates on that, but we're still under the Glazers, guys. We know what the Glazers are on, and what they're on is protecting our assets. And Pogba, whether you think he's played well for United, been overrated for United, inconsistent for United, unfairly treated for United. Whatever your personal opinion is on the Paul Pogba situation at Man United, one thing what we can all agree on, or I hope so, is that the Glazers will see Paul Pogba as an asset, a big asset, with a lot of money invested into him, and they'll want to recoup as much of that as possible. The side of it that we need to recoup, I understand, for is the footballing side of it, which is because our squad needs investment, so we need to do it. But the Glazers will see it as their own back pocket. Like, we spent 90 million on this guy. We can't lose him for free. I'm not having that. Aaron Glazer's sitting on his yacht or whatever. It's not going to be happy with Ed Woodward or Matt Judge as Ed Woodward was about to leave, or whenever he's leaving, whoever's running the ship right now. He's not going to be happy with them coming into the office, knocking on the door and say, yo, Avram, we're going to lose Paul Pogba for free when you've spent £90 million out of the club's money, and you want to get that money back, but we're going to lose it because we're going to let him go for free. Not going to happen. So from both sides, from the footballing side and the Glazers' greedy side, it makes complete sense for all parties to try and make Paul Pogba stay, or get another year out of him, gentleman's agreement, give him more money for an extra year, because if he signs a 2-year, 3-year extension, his wages will have to go up to above De Gea's at least, minimum. What's De Gea on? 275. Minimum that. Minimum 275, minimum 300 for him to stay for a year. Give him more money for a year, and then say, right, if Real Madrid come for you next year, you still got 2 years left on your deal. And we'll let you go, and we'll be able to demand a good fee. David Naheen says, Flex, it's the Delhi guy. I missed you, buddy. I even DM'd you on all your socials. I'm happy to see you on this journey and be here from the start. Big up. He's such a loyal guy, you know when you just get like subscribers and people who follow what you do, which is all of you guys, but in particular David, man, he's just, I think he's out there in America. He works on the deli. He's always there showing love, whether it's super chat. I haven't seen the DMs, bro. Sorry, I've been overwhelmed with DMs, so apologies that I haven't seen that. But you're always there. Big up, David, man. I like that. Flex, Dan James, hold your shape, Flex, says Ermi. And good day from Melbourne, Australia, says Ricky Gang. Oh, look at that. Let me know where you guys are watching from as well, actually. I always like to get a good feel for that, see who's in the community, from what country you're from, where you're watching from. And Umar Chowdhury says big up, brother. And Ankur says big up, Flex, love from Nepal, love that. And Kirsten Monga says afternoon, Flex, as well. And loads more people up there. GG, guys over there at GGMU TV, check out their channel, man. Young guys doing really well. Hold tight them. Man like Ruben and Test. Flex, if Pogba signs and we get Sancho, we need to sell Fred or McSauce because we have too many attackers, so Paul can play in the pivot, because the fee for McSauce and Fred would be not that small. I hear what you're saying there. Ayush says, sell Pogba. He's been wanting to leave for 3 years. Let's move on, bring in quality DM and give Van der Beek a chance. Well, on that, Ayush, interesting point that you make, and this is what it's all about. It's all about the comments. It's all about you guys interacting and having your say as well. Big up Ayush for that. But it's interesting you say about give Donny game time. I can't see it happening. There's, it was going to come later in the show, but there's reports out there saying that Manchester United could potentially listen to offers for Donny in a loan, and I'll get to that a little bit later. And also, even if he doesn't, can you really see Paul Pogba leaving and Man United saying, all right, I'll tell you what, we'll put our views, the view of we'll put Donny in there. Can you really see that, Ayush? I'm not really convinced on that one, my friend. I'm really not. And what about his wages, says Yusuf? Yeah, his wages are going to be really high. 100%. Really high. Hi, Flex. I miss your FIFA career mode videos. Yeah, 100%. I'd love to get back on them. But right now, obviously, United View has taken prior responsibility. Man at Flex doing transfer news. Big up. Yeah, 100%. Big up to biggest Man United fan. So that's really where we're at with Paul Pogba. It's not deep into the negotiations. I should imagine it will happen more so after the Euros, the negotiations. But again, I think we're getting a feel for where Man United are at with the consistent things that we're getting linked with. Now, of course, you've got to take a lot of this with tongue in cheek. I'm not going to sit here and say to you, I'm close to the deal, I know what's really happening. I'm a fan just like you lot. All I can do is discuss it with like-minded Man United fans. But in my opinion, when you see like a general consensus being reported by really reputable journalists, it gives you a feel for where Man United are at. And what we're actually seeing is, okay, park the Sancho thing, because we knew that from last year. We know where we're at with that. Defender is a priority, which is good. And re-signing Paul Pogba seems to be a priority, which in my opinion is good. Ayers said it's not good, basically saying sell him, get rid of him. But in my opinion, it's good that we're trying to keep him, because we're a better team with Paul Pogba in it. I understand that, and I really want to see. I would love to see Paul Pogba stay here long enough to be able to play alongside a new DM who's levels, and then maybe try that. Someone said to me today as well that they're hearing that that Oli wants to go to a three at the back next season. I think I can't see that, if I'm honest. I can't, especially if we only going by one centre back. What's he going to do? Axel's going to go out on loan. What's he going to do? Play Lindelof, the new centre half, and then Harry Maguire? I very much doubt that. And remember when there was rumours that Aaron Wan-Bissaka could be the third centre back on the right? I'm not here for that at all. And even Wan-Bissaka as a right wing back, I'm not really here for that as well. I think he's good just where he is, right back. Jez Bish says, agree, sell him, move him on. Don't let the distraction of Pogba leave and bring us down, says Jez. And no matter what happens and who we sign, I'm so excited about the new season, says Ricky Kang. Are you excited? That's sick. Are you excited? Fair play. I mean, I'll be excited if we get the signings that I know we need, but I'm not excited as of yet. I'll be honest. I'm really not, because this transfer window, obviously, it can only go one of two ways. I think it could it could go three ways. It could obviously be an amazing transfer window and we go lock it down and get what we need to get. It could be a shit transfer window where we don't do anything near what we need to be doing. Or it can be somewhere in the middle. Last year was a shocking transfer window. And like I touched on the show yesterday, this is a really crucial transfer window for Solskjaer. It really is. Like, he has to get this right. He does, but he can't get it right by himself. He needs backing. And that's what the board needs to do. That's what the people behind the scenes need to get Oli. They need to get him his signings, because Oli needs to produce next year. He does. It's a big year for him. I think we need to get that trophy. I think he's done well to get us into second place. Year on year, he's slowly got us better, although we couldn't get over the line for a trophy, which you guys saw. I was out there in Poland. I was as frustrated as anyone. I was really, really frustrated. And even then, it just showed me things about Oli that I was concerned about. But the facts are the fact. Now you get to calm down. And if you're just looking at domestically, we got a level of consistency. Look at the away record. That's good. But we have to kick on. We need signings. And that's why I'm back to the person who said that they're really excited. I can't get really excited about next season yet. Look at that. Why is he ringing me now? Until we get it right. So I physically can't get it excited until we get it right. So with the Pogba situation, for me, in my opinion, I think re-sign him, get it done, make it happen, make sure it happens. And I think that, and I would like to kind of push that opinion onto people who maybe think he should go on a free and stuff, because I just think that's only going to do us bad. We all want the best for Man United, so even if you think Pogba's been shite and you want him to leave, that's fine, but you're still going to want the best for the club. But what I'm trying to say is the best for the club is to still secure the bag with him. Even if you think he should leave, I think you should still want him to sign a new deal, even if it's for footballing reasons. Do you see what I'm saying with that? So I accept that you might feel that Pogba hasn't been where he should be at, and I definitely accept that Pogba might have been underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the camp of I feel we've never really facilitated Paul Pogba with the right players around him. Mixed in with a little bit of, has he done himself his full service? Probably not. But there was a point where everything was riding on him, and even when he was performing, people were still on his back. So when the real issue is the recruitment around the whole team, not just on him. So that's where I stand with it. But regardless of what you think, I still believe that the best thing for the club, which is that's all I care about over any player, is to secure the bag, so that if he wants to leave, we're getting money. We're getting what we need to get for him, so we can reinvest into the squad. The squad needs major surgery. in key areas. So for me, that's an issue. That really is. On to Varane, and the Athletic have given us an update on him, as well as Fabrizio Romano in the Here We Go podcast. And basically, the Athletic were reiterating what we basically already know, which is Man United were cautious about the possibility of entering into the race for Rafael Varane, having been used by Sergio Ramos for a new contract previously. That's the thing why I don't think the Ramos thing will ever happen. I mean, I know he's more tipped to go to PSG, but when I spoke about it a few days ago, that's the main reason as well why I don't think it's going to happen, because we've been used as make weight before. And the fact that he's saying, if PSG F's up and I have to choose between you and Man City, then I'll choose you. Like I said, last pick left in the cages of football. That's what that is. So I'm not surprised that Man United were cautious about going for Varane, considering what's happened with Ramos in the past. However, Varane's wish for new pastures appears to be genuine, and Man United are closely tracking the situation. And Romano went on to say, I think Real Madrid will need something crazy to convince Varane to stay, because he wants something new. So that whole thing of trying to use speculation and the fact that he's only got a year left in his contract to try and get a new contract, like what Ramos used to do, we're basically seeing from good reputable sources, the Athletic, Romano and others, that isn't the case. Like, he's not bluffing. He wants to leave. He wants something new. He's rejected a 2-year deal. The money as well obviously wasn't there. And I read reports that he's looking for a 4-year deal. Hello, Rafael Varane, if you want a 4-year deal, I will happily give you that. I'm not in control of that, but I will happily give you that. So yeah, for me, I see it as he has to be primary number one. I keep saying it on every show, and I probably will keep saying it on every show till I'm blue in the face. Rafael Varane, in my opinion, should be the number one priority over anything. But Romano also says as well that Rafael wants to try something new. Clubs like Man United and Chelsea, though, are waiting to see what the price is, and to talk with Real Madrid. Varane is currently focusing on Euro 2020, so it could be a long saga. 100% agree with that. Going to be a long saga. There's no way that this deal's getting done anytime soon, in my opinion. I would be shocked if within a week or two we announce that, we've signed Rafael Varane. I can't see that happening. But I think the interest is real. I think the interest is pure. I think it's true. And I think that the willingness for him to leave Real Madrid 100% is true. I believe that, in my opinion. And I think it is a bit interesting to see Chelsea involved, though. Because this is what I mean. I looked at the Premier League suitors. I think I did it on the show before last. And it was our first transfer update show, actually. And I was like, well, Arsenal are Arsenal. Tottenham are Tottenham, no disrespect. Liverpool, stacked. Got Gomez to come back in after injury to partner Van Dijk, and they've also bought Konate, so they're fine. Man City, Laporte, Stones, Diaz, they're stacks, they're fine. And I looked at Chelsea and I was like, well, they play a 3 at the back. They've just got Thiago Silva. They've re-signed him. He's going to stay. Rudiger said he's going to stay. That's 2. Potentially trying to get Hakimi and maybe move Reece James into centre half alongside the other 2. Aspilicueta's still there. Are they really going to go for a top-notch centre back in Varane? So the fact that Romano's saying that they're interested, again, he doesn't just throw things out there for the sake of throwing things out there. That's not a Fabrizio Romano style. He doesn't do kind of try and lead people down a garden path just to get more clicks on his Instagram or whatever, or Twitter or whatever. He says what he knows and knows what he says. Do you know what I mean? It's very simple. So the fact that he's mentioning Chelsea, that we're interested, but we're waiting to see what the price is, that does worry me a little bit, because we know that if Chelsea want something, they're very good at executing it. And if we have to go up against Chelsea for his signature, the European champions, let's have it right, and the project of what Tuchel's selling versus what we're selling, and where they're at with their squad versus where we're at with ours, that would worry me. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Would that worry you? It would definitely worry me. Opera Gabriel says, Flex, it's great to see you start this new journey, and thanks for all the amazing content on the United stand. I think that is TUD. Yeah, but I think you meant S. Yeah, big up. I loved every minute of it. And also, any chance of KG joining here? You guys were fire. I don't know. KG's so busy. He's doing his own thing. I kind of just left him to it, man. Sometimes you have to just park things where they are, I suppose, innit? And just, I think for me, I just wanted to just start this journey and have this time with you guys and just build and grow. So, you know, we'll see in the future. But as it stands, KG's doing his 5 things deep after England games. He's securing episodes of different stuff. He's doing filming. He's an actor. He's doing his thing. So yeah, big up. But a big up for all the support though. Everyone's asked about that. But KG's all good. Senzo says flex Varane is not happening. Don't see United pulling such a signing. I see Varane at Chelsea or PSG, mate. Even this Sancho deal isn't looking like happening anymore. Flex, such a great personality. Love it. Big up yourself, Ferris. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Flex, great to see you. What are your views on Ghana as CDM next season with Matic as rotation? And that's from United We Stand. Ghana, I think he needs another year out, to be honest. United We Stand. I really do. I think he started off decent at Watford, then found it difficult when they changed their manager, when Ivic went and Cisco, I think Muniz came in. Got them promotion and he couldn't stick around, and then he left there. Ghana didn't get them promotion. Nunes did, and he left and went to Forest and then did well for the second half of the season. So for me, he needs another full season in the Championship. And good to see Watford back in the Premier League as well. I can't wait to play them. That'll be good. And Prince, another local game for me as well, not too far. Prince says Man United will be fighting for top 4 with Arsenal. You ain't it. Man United will be fighting top 4 with Arsenal. You ain't it. Who do you support, Prince? I bet you're probably a Liverpool fan or a City fan or probably a Chelsea fan. Anyone who basically you think's higher than us. Will we be fighting for top 4 with Arsenal? Will Arsenal even be fighting for top 4? I don't even think they will be. So that's the first thing. Will we be fighting for top 4? Depends on who we get, bro. I'm not even gonna clap back at that. If you clearly don't support Man United. But I have to look at it honestly. If we don't buy who I think we should buy or have a good summer, and everyone else does, you're right, bro. We might. You know what I'm saying? We might be doing that. Flex, when will Sancho deal be completed? Let's talk a little bit about Sancho. Again, I'm not trying to keep running with that all the time. I only want to do it when there's a big update. So that's why it's kind of in the middle of the show, not the headline. I think it will happen. I did speak to someone today who said some interesting things about it. I still think it will happen. I'm not getting involved in 90% gang, 10% gang, 0% gang. Honestly, I don't even think I can get as emotionally involved in that. But I mean, the thing, I do take what Fjortest said with a pinch of salt though, and he is a very reputable journalist, 100%. So, you know, again, similar to Romano, doesn't just put things out there for the sake of it. But what he had to say on Sancho was this: last information from Dortmund is nothing new. Which is why I kind of retweeted that and said, as you were, because it's what we know. There have been no activity after the first Man United offer. Man United working on financing. They have been told the price. Growing doubts in Dortmund about whether Man United can find the funding. Excuse me. Basically, all that's telling us is Dortmund are getting a little bit frustrated and then being like, well, are these guys even serious? They pissed around last year and made us wait, and then we didn't give in. And even this year, they've come to us with an opening bid of X amount, which we've told them, shove it up your ass, it's not enough. So do they even have the money? Of course we have the money. Of course we do. We do. Don't get me wrong, it's most of our transfer budget, which is why I'm like, spend it more on building a team that consists of a stronger centre-back, that consists of a stronger central defensive midfielder, in my opinion. But we still do have the 90 million euros that they want. Of course we do. So Fjortov saying Dortmund are worried that Man United can't finance it. Yeah, he's not lying. I'm not saying he's lying that Dortmund never said that, but that doesn't mean it's true and Man United can't, do you know what I mean, afford it. You got to read in between the lines. What he's saying is that Dortmund are saying, oh, can these guys actually afford it? They're taking ages. They're within their rights to say, can they afford it? Like I said, we faffed around last year and we're still taking long now. And we already came in with a bid that we knew was going to be too little. But in some point, that's how you do business. But on another point, it's typical Man United, because actually, and when I say that's how you do business, you kind of try and bargain, don't you? But only we can try and bargain with a club who clearly don't want to bargain with us. Like, they don't want to. Like, we've tried this approach already. Will you take this? Will you take that? What about this? Oh, will you accept longer than the deadline that you set? No. that's what's frustrating for me. We all know we want Sancho. The whole world knows we want Sancho. The whole world knows we're the only ones in for Sancho. So just sign him. Josh Band says, difficult situation with Pogba is to replace him. Exactly. It will take 2 players, not 1. Something I don't see United being able to do this summer. Josh Brand, 1,000,000% agree with you. 1,000,000%. Because that's what I keep saying. Even to people who want Pogba to leave, which I can 100% see their point of view. Like people who are fed up with Pogba in terms of they just don't think that he's been that good and we could spend money elsewhere. You have to look at it this way. Who are you really going to get to replace him? And trust that Man United will do it though. When we're trying to do as little business as possible because we need to focus on centre-back, CDM and clearly right wing because the club have decided that. If you then add an attacking midfielder into that, which is what Pogba is, even if he's playing from deep, you add that into it, that's another position to fill. And it looks like we can only sell Pogba right now for about 50 odd million euros, which is way too low. Who are you going to get for 50 million euros you can replace Paul Pogba? You can't. You can't. So I agree with what you said there, Josh. Big up Red Baron. Red Baron says, Flex, congrats on the new channel. Thank you. I'm confused as to why we United fans are so confident when we finished second last year. We don't spend big when we are in the top 4. I'm confused why we're so confident. Oh, basically saying, look, just because we finished second, why are people so confident about next year? I think you're saying Red Baron, which I understand that. And that's what I mean. I'm not going to get confident about anything until we see who we buy. That's just it, you know, see who we buy. Breaking. Dortmund and Man United are close to an agreement for Jadon Sancho, with an agreement likely over the next few days. Oh, that's breaking. Fabrizio Romano. From Manchester, brand new in from Fabrizio Romano. As I'm live, here we go. He says, Man United are still negotiating for Jadon Sancho. No panic. All parties involved still confident and optimistic to reach an agreement in the next days. Dortmund want 95 million euros. Man United are working on add-ons, guaranteed payment, and official bid structure. What did I just say? Literally, as you guys were asking me what I think, I said I spoke to somebody today, and they said some very interesting things. I'm not going to be the one to be on here saying, I spoke to someone and they said it's definitely going to happen. They said this day, they said that day, they said this. I'll keep those kind of things to myself, and because that's, you know, respectful conversations. But I did speak to someone today and they said very interesting things, and it's very fitting that now, literally as I'm live, Fabrizio Romano has said that no panic. All parties involved still confident and optimistic, reaching an agreement within the next few days. So realistically, if you think about it, if you want to take that with what it is, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And when it does happen, how will I feel about it? What would I be like? I'll be honest. I'll be like, it's kind of gone now, isn't it? Like the buzz of like, no way, we're going to get Sancho. Oh my days, we're going to get him. Like, that's sick. Like, it should have happened last year. It dragged on. It's dragged on even a bit this year. So look, when he's actually holding up the shirt, of course, I'm going to be happy for him and what he can bring to us. But like I say, man, my main focus has been on strengthening the squad. If we get him and Varane, yeah, I like that. Again, even though we still need that CDM. I said I'd swap the Sancho out for a good CDM and a good centre-back, Varane +1 in the CDM. I would swap that. But if we get Sancho and then Varane, you can't argue that that's a statement. You can't argue that that's 2 fantastic signings that instantly improve us, that instantly make us better. 100%, I agree with that. And the Francie Brady says, Flex is finally free. I've never not been free, so I don't want to create that narrative, but big up. I see where you're coming from. Thanks for the support. Great to see you. Looking forward to the looking forward to the content. Thank you, appreciate that, bro. There's a lot of good content coming up, a lot of things up my sleeve. Flex will be a pleasure to be a mod for you if you need one. Yeah, let's go. Star-Lord, thanks. You art so nicely. Oh, you're gone now. I can't find you. It won't let me scroll. You were there. Oh, there you go. Where is that? Where's that gone? Star-Lord. Apologies, man. Apologies. It's gone. I'll try and find it later. Sing is King says, thanks for the super chat. Says, Flex, would you take Lukaku back? It's a mad one, you know, because no, I wouldn't actually. No, I wouldn't. Do I think that Lukaku has always been good and what I'm seeing him do now, am I surprised? Yes. I do think he's always been good. And no, I'm not surprised at how he's banging it up now. He's always been a good striker. But the reason why I wouldn't take him back is because I know the way that we play. You know, we didn't play to his strengths the first time round. And when Ollie came in, he made it clear he didn't want to play like that. And so if he came back, he wouldn't, I don't think he'd thrive in our system. You know, I think, look how Conte plays football. It worked, and he really worked on Lukaku's game and based that team around Lukaku's strength, which we didn't do. And Ollie wanted to go in a different direction, which I respect, which to a certain extent, since Lukaku's left, Rashford's got 2 20-goal seasons under his belt. The first season, Martial had 20 goals under his belt. The emergence of Mason Greenwood, he got, what is it, 17 goals-ish in his first season. So you had to take your hat off to Ollie to say that the players that he put faith in instead of Lukaku kind of did deliver. But there's no doubt that Lukaku is a proper number 9 and is better than all them up front. 100%. He's better than Rashford up front. He's better than Martial up front. Cavani is a proper number 9. But if you was to play them, well, the fact that Lukaku can even play 38 games, probably 30-odd games a season more as the main number 9 tells you he's probably better than Cavani. But Cavani's a level striker. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, in a weird way, I actually would take him back, but it would have to be under different circumstances. Say we had a new manager and played a different way. Would I take Lukaku back? Someone who's going to base the team around him and really get him the service? Absolutely, I would. I really would. And I can hold my hands up and I said at the time it was the right thing for him to leave, and I still stand by that. At that time, it was the right thing for him to leave. We weren't playing to his strengths. He's improved now as well. He's improved. And he's worked on that aspect of his game, back to goal. But mainly, he's got a manager at Inter. Well, he's not actually the manager anymore, is he? He left, didn't he? But he did have a manager at Inter, in Conte, who said, you're going to be the focal point of my attack. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing. That's a very big thing. So for me, I would more focus on that. So I would take him back under those circumstances. And Zotang TV says, happy you're finally working for yourself. You are too talented. Big up, bro. You will smash it. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And just with the last bit there about smashing it, 100% my intentions, and I'm sure we will. I'm just gonna check Twitter as we're going now, because I think with this Sancho thing kind of breaking, there's going to be a lot more. Deal about to close very, very quickly as well. There is a new offer from Manchester United for Jadon Sancho from Christian Falk, saying the offer's not from Christian Falk. Christian Falk is saying this. The clubs are close to an agreement. Manchester United are working on add-ons, the guaranteed payment. Well, we read that one already. So Christian Falk now jumping in as well. When you get this, Manchester United have conversion about for Jadon Sancho, and agreement is very likely in the next few days. That is from Wild Sports as well. There is a new offer, so it's all going off. It's all going off. And look, these are the moments that you kind of enjoy in it, when you're live and then things break and then you go from there. But you know, I'm not going to get too gassed about it in terms of it's good. It's good. I don't mind that. First of all, let's get the likes up as well, by the way, peeps. We're at like over 600, nearly 600 people watching. We're only at like 330 odd likes. Let's get that up. Why are we not at nearly 400, 500 likes? If you're just joining us and you haven't smashed a like on the video, make sure you lot do that. The breaking news, if you are just joining us this late afternoon, is that the Sancho deal is pretty much done. It's looking that way in the next few days. Romano has tweeted saying there's a new offer on the table. So is Fjortov, and basically saying that Man United are negotiating, and there is no panic. All parties involved are confident and optimistic that an agreement can be done within the next few days. And Fjortov has come through with that. On top of that, and when you get them all kind of tweeting at the same time in quick succession, kind of co-signing each other, there's been movement, you know. So, you know, the Sancho thing's going to happen. I think this is the closest. You know, you look at last year when we thought we were close, there was never anything like this, that the two clubs aren't far apart and in the coming days it should be done. Because that's what we're hearing. So, yeah, while we're live, that's broken. We've touched on Varane, and we've touched on that as well. Well done, everyone. We're nearly over 400 likes now, so let's keep pushing. There's over 560 odd people watching. There's no reason why we shouldn't have 500 likes. Let's try and get a big push on them likes as well. Flex, do you think Martial has a future at United? Says King Jar. I do for this season, but the future beyond that, I don't know. He needs to have a really good season, Martial, in my opinion, because I think the jury's out. I really do. I think he has been fantastic in times. I do think he's a good player. I do think he can offer a lot, but it's just that consistency. I think the season before last, he had a proper good season where we saw what Tony can be. similar to his first season, but a bit better in my opinion. Last season was a disaster for Martial, and he's almost like the forgotten man. We thought we might be able to get him back for the latter stages, but it came too quickly for him. So he's had a long rest. So he's had a lot of time to recoup and be really fighting fit, fresh in them pre-season friendlies against Derby, Brentford. Who else we playing? Can't remember who else we're playing, but in them pre-season friendlies. Our QPR, I think, is another one. He should be fighting fit, ready to go. Do you know what I mean? He really should. So, yeah, I think he does have a future. But if he doesn't perform this year, I think it's could be curtains. I really do. Especially now we're getting another winger with Sancho. You know, that's going to make Mason Greenwood be able to play up front a little bit more as well. And we've got Cavani there. Rashford's going to lock down the left. Martial might have to play some games on the left. He might have to sometimes play on the right. Actually, I can't see him playing on the right. We've got Ahmad as well. We'll see what happens with that. So, yeah, with the arrival of Sancho, it only puts more pressure on the players to perform. Do you know what I mean? And the Sancho situation is going to happen. So, guys, we'll keep it locked, man, the next few days. Muema says, do you think we can get the Glazers out? Would love to work with you. Where can I send my audition video? Live in Illinois, USA. Yeah, we've just started. So as the channel grows, we'll be having people on, and you guys will know when we're looking to get people involved in the channel and kind of build from there and get people on, get people featured, have some guests on, and get some contributors. We will let you guys know. We're such, honestly, I mean, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to stop just thinking, oh, we're just a little small channel trying to, but that's just how I see it. I just want to just take our time and build slowly and kind of build those foundations. And definitely we will be doing that. Matthew Football says, hi Flex, big up, and I can't wait to see you progress through this new journey, and can't wait to check into all the live YouTube and Instas. I will also be a mod if you like to help out. Big up yourself. New mod right there. And yeah, so guys, we're gonna wrap up there. Love that 450 odd likes. That's better, guys. That's better. Maybe push it up just before we finish. Come on, get those last few in. But as a summary, Paul Pogba, basically early developments. Fabrizio Romano was basically saying that early developments on that, and that Man United are going to look to keep him this summer, which I think is a positive. Rafael Varane definitely going to be leaving Real Madrid, all but certain. Basically saying it is true, and that it's going to take a mega offer for him to stay at Real Madrid. But Man United were cautious at the beginning, but now see that he does want to leave. But Chelsea is sniffing around. So for me, I want us to go and do that and get that sorted. And lastly, which was it was only going to be a small Jadon Sancho situation. It was only going to be a small Jadon Sancho situation. But, as it stands, while we were live, breaking news was there, which is the great thing about going live and things breaking is that you can tackle it straight away. The news is that deal is going to be done within the next couple of days. And you don't get, one thing I do know is you don't get Fabrizio Romano saying stuff as strong as that, quickly followed by Fjortov, quickly followed by Bild or Build Sports, I never ever say it right, quickly followed by, big outlets. You don't get that. Christian Falk, Fjortov has just tweeted now 10 seconds ago, Sancho, the longest transfer saga seems to come to an end. Second offer so close to the valuation of Dortmund that it will happen. Done deal. Oh, flipping out, Romano just got me there. He said, done deal. Former Barcelona striker Kevin Prince Boateng joins Hertha Berlin. I just saw done deal and got excited. Fjortov said as well 2 minutes ago, looks like Man United fans will finally get their player. New offer in today. I have been told this is in the region of 85 million euros. Dortmund now confident that the funding will be in place and that they will have an agreement with Man United. And you know what? I've got to give, Flex, give yourself a pat on the back. I don't do I told you so's. I'm not a cocky little so-and-so. That's not my style. But literally earlier on in the live, was I not saying Dortmund were entitled to say maybe can they even afford this? That's what Fjortov was saying. But I said, look, read between the lines. It doesn't mean that Man United can't afford it. It just means that because it's taking long, Dortmund are like, oh, can they? Lo and behold, in the same stream later on, Fjortov is now saying the deal's done. So yeah, look, the deal is done, and you know what? I'm quite pleased because the person I spoke to earlier, I'm going to ring them after this actually. The person I spoke to earlier who was saying some stuff about this transfer, is spot on. So yeah, big up. That is wicked. And just as we get there, we're on 499 likes. Can we get one more, please? to get to 500? You're not going to make me wait for that? Can we get that? 501. There we go. Big up, man, like Flex. I'm just going to go through some of you guys in the free seat. Sanchez is so close, says Mamu Gaming. Sarij Mahmood says, big up, Flex. Happy for you on the new channel and journey. Please, can I be a mod if you don't mind? And there's so much well-wishing as well. I love that. I love the energy. I love it. I just love positivity, man, honestly. So that's your daily Manchester United transfer update here on United View. Check out the next one tomorrow. You'll get that tomorrow. And the next couple of days are going to be interesting as well. I'm sure there's going to be a video very, very soon about going live when we have signed Jadon Sancho, because that's going to happen over the next coming days. And also, I want to say, big game tonight, France-Portugal. I'm going to be doing a watch-along over at Complex, me and Not Alexis as well. Check that out over at Complex's Twitch's channel. Make sure... Actually, I want to see you guys there. When you do get there tonight, say logged in from United View, let me know that you've arrived from there to here, from here to there. That's good, doing stuff across the pond. And if you're watching in America, it's 2:30 Eastern time. And 7:30 p.m. here, we'll be doing a watch along for the France and Portugal game. I'm tipping France to win. I don't think Portugal will win, and I think Germany will come second in the group, and Man United will play them, and England will play them, which will be an amazing prospect at Wembley. So yeah, big up everyone for watching. Last super chat there, I think I want to make sure I read that out. And Adam Arno says, "Hi Flex, are you doing fan cams for the new season?" Come on, bro. Of course. Gonna be at every single game as usual. Imagine, it's really funny. Okay, I'm not gonna say too much because, like I say, sometimes it's just best to just move in silence and just keep doing your thing. All I will say is that it staggers me the small section of people that know me and are always supporting, that are like, oh Flex, you're just gonna sit here in the white wall and just talk about transfers. I thought you know me, yeah, you know me. Bear with me. In the first 2 weeks of this channel, first week, there's so much more to come, and I'm so excited that I'm not gonna ever just tell you what it is. You'll just see what it is. I mean, just see with the action. No more procrastinating. So yeah, to answer your question, of course, going to be doing fan cams. You guys know me. I like to be out there in the field, So this can only last so long for me. But big up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Smash a like on the video. We got there in the end. 550 likes as well. I love that. So that's more than the amount of people that are watching right now, which is sick. I will see you all again tomorrow. And yeah, watch out for the uploads. And again, join me at Complex's Twitch channel tonight, 7:30 p.m. UK time and 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. I am out of here, guys. Peace.